5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hello again, adventurers, and welcome to This Is What Happens When the Button Gets Stuck.
I got my OBS sick. That's.
We're doing great. Hi.
Hi, everybody. This is Tears of Wounds. We're weird, and every so often,
Great.
Rude? Just because you're right doesn't mean you have to come at us like this.
Does it count as being rude if it's just right?
Just because, okay,
Echo.
Echo.
Apparently,
Yeah, I
there's lots
fixed
of
it.
echo.
I fixed it.
It's like,
dear
no,
God.
wait, don't fix it. It's perfect for singing. Jody, we
Oh.
got this.
Dear God.
Lex, come on.
No.
Crimson and clover, over and over.
So I tried to watch last week's episode late last night, and as y'all were talking about random stuff before the game actually started, I fell asleep. But it was
Sounds
fun
about
to
right.
see every.
Glad we're so soothing we can put you to sleep.
Sure, that was
Continue.
it. Yeah, totally.
With me in it? Come on.
Yeah, Lex did talk a lot, but it worked because attention was drawn to him, and I just couldn't help but like laugh inside of my soul that every out of everyone there, Lex had this super professional, previously hooked up by Elgato setup. Yet he's the most dimly lit one all the time, always in the darkness and the void.
It's like my soul. First of all, I can make myself look like I'm in a
That's
higher
so
state.
much better. How do you just do that? If you don't feel like turning your lights on, do whatever you just did.
I have got 2 lights shooting in me in the face and a third one above me.
It is 9 o'clock in the morning. I'm not throwing giant lights in my face.
That's why I crank my ISO up like half the time for this show, because I'm just like, I also don't want lights in my face first thing in the morning. So I
See,
just-
and the lights in my face are great because I wake up a little bit more. If it was darker, you guys, I would probably fall asleep.
I will put the lights on if I have had enough awake time, and I have not.
So, announcements. Do we have anything?
I also noticed that Jody never says announcements correctly ever in his life.
No, I've never in my life.
If
do
you
we
were
have
at PAX, thank you.
Yeah, do we have anything else for ZU of cool stuff?
Any packs this past year? Thank you.
Yes. All
Specifically
of the
PAX
PAXs.
Australia.
Oh, we talked about that last time.
Oh.
Otherwise, yeah, to be perfectly honest, it's Linktober, so cool things are happening involving Linktober.
Well, I think there's a contest happening, or about to happen, or have happened. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
About Linktober. Feel free to check
anyone-
social media or website for more information.
For anyone unaware, Linktober is basically for the month of October. There are these art prompts that are given, and people are asked to do as many or as few as they want. But it's all about trying to create Legend of Zelda themed art based off of a bunch of different prompts, and it's really cool and interesting. And ZU, I believe, tries to be involved in it every year in some way, shape, or form.
Yeah, I think it's one of our publishing teams collaborates with them and puts on a contest. There's a prize pack. I think there's a post on our website about it, zeldauniverse.net.
One, I had no idea. I thought everyone just had to post art of Link. I had no idea that they were prompts, so that is super cool.
Oh yeah.
But I just clicked on their calendar to see what the one for today is, and it's a 404 error.
That's the prompt.
That's the prompt, yeah.
The
Please
prompt-
check the URL.
The prompt is
Page not found.
the prompt is missing link.
Yeah.
Canada.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
You know what? I really wish it said link, but it does say URL. Check the URL.
Yeah.
So, Imp, by the way, full spectrum lights can actually help you to wake up. They don't work like caffeine, but things that help you develop your skin to make vitamin D and stuff like that actually do help with regulating your sleep in general. So if you can get a full spectrum light, of which one of the lights shooting me in the face right now is a full spectrum light. So.
That's probably why Jody always appears so awake in the morning.
No,
Yeah,
the
that's
reason I
it.
appear so awake in the morning is that I wake up at like midnight,
Yeah.
and then I go to bed after this.
Yeah.
Bottom line, Jody gets the D.
Lord. was not prepared for that this morning.
Oh,
No, I wasn't either.
All right. It wasn't that fun. Funny. Gotcha. Come on.
So,
Oh, hi, Pianji.
other announcements. Trying to think. I released a new video on my YouTube channel talking about more G.I. Joe. There was a new G.I. Joe book that came out for the G.I. Joe RPG, and so that was fun. I may or may not have something very, very cool that will hopefully be coming out this month that I'm not going to talk about until I have it a little bit more decided, but I create things every so often, and every so often they're very cool. So, yeah.
I got myself back onto Tumblr recently to do a whole
So sorry.
like ranking of Friday the 13th movies because Friday the 13th was yesterday.
Oh yeah, Friday the 13th was just. That's why everybody got sick. Is there also a full moon?
Man, I got sick on Monday, so
Yeah, but you got sick in preparation for Friday the 13th.
it's literally something
All I did
would
was just
never
hang
do.
out and vibe with Jason Voorhees and then tell people that the space one was actually good.
I had a great day. There's a kid who elopes at our school. He's brand new, and I had to babysit him for an hour and a half. So we played games.
Wait a minute. A kid that elopes, as in runs away to get married, or is there another definition of elope I'm not familiar
To
with?
run away.
Oh. So it doesn't have to be specifically to get married? You can just
No.
elope for any reason?
Yeah. So typically it's used to elope to, because you've run away from home. And two adults will run away for a very specific reason. So it sort of has that connotation to it. Even
Interesting.
though the word elope
Interesting.
just means to run away.
Gonna go elope to Applebee's after this.
Hey,
You're
yo.
gonna run away? You have something to run away from? Are you running away from your dog?
He's
Or the
running
fact that
sure.
your kitchen has nothing in it?
Okay, let's move on.
That is
You can elope. No, you can't elope. But old honeydew!
Exactly.
boo.
I love it. But yeah, so that was fun.
Words are
Yes.
fun, folks.
The words are fun. Words are really interesting. I won't go into that because then I won't. We have a game to play. So
You can talk for a couple
myself
seconds.
That would just be
Yeah,
par for the
talk for a couple more
course.
seconds. I gotta use
Well-
the restroom.
Especially for the fact that everyone went.
I was looking at my dog, who's
It is
I'm just glad isn't trying to pee himself.
I've got a buddy that I kid you not, on his stream. DK, you guys, he played in our Call of Cthulhu game. On his stream one week, he has a friend who is also an SLP.
Kellspells, right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she's awesome. And they took the SLP like practice test.
Yeah, the praxis.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
took the praxis live on, he streamed himself doing it, and he didn't lose a single viewer. Like, we all just sat there and we chimed in with our own ideas and stuff about what we thought were the right answers and not. And then Kel's just, I don't think she was intentionally condescending, but she is very knowledgeable and we are not. And so when we would go, but this makes sense, she'd be like, oh, my sweet summer child, no.
Yeah.
I miss Kels. Kels is super cool. I like her. Maybe
I like
one day
her
I'll get her to come over here and annoy all of us.
You bringing that up just reminded me that DK sent me a message while I was traveling.
Oh
and
yeah,
completely
he sent you a
forgot.
message.
Completely forgot about it until just now.
I told him to contact you. I'm like, oh yeah, Elias, super solid dude. Always replies to his messages.
the
He's
timing
really great.
could not have been worse.
I'll be sure to tell DK that you're not ignoring him.
I'm gonna type a reply to him as soon as this dog gets off of my body.
Never.
Hopper.
So never.
So, yeah, cool stuff. I also got my Planescape. I bought the physical digital bundle for the new Planescape books, and it comes with a poster map, which a few of them have come with. This is a hell of a poster map. It's like this big. Like, it is the biggest poster map ever.
Is it a map of Planescape? Is it so big?
It is it is actually a double-sided map. On one side, it is the city of Sigil,
Sure. Yeah.
And on the other side, it is a map of the Outlands, which is basically all of the area outside the city of
The
Sigil.
actual realm. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's cool.
because Sigil is a city on the inside of a donut, at the top of a very large spire in
Is
the
it on the
center
inside of the
multiverse.
donut?
Yippers. There's an actual term for, like, there's a mathematical term for the actual shape, but it's a donut, and Sigil is on the inside. So the only way into and
Pretty
out
sure
of
that's
Sigil,
the mathematical term for that.
the only way inside, in and out of Sigil is through portals. And the interesting thing about Sigil is any doorway can actually turn into a portal, and sometimes they do randomly. So you might go into the inn and randomly wake up in Valhalla. Taurus, that's what it is. The term is a Taurus.
Sorry, I'm gonna disappear for a second. Bella just started
Wow.
coughing.
We're just
You're
Probably
missing
slowly
all
losing
of your
players.
staff.
We're dropping
Elias,
like
you now
flies.
also have to make an excuse to. Sorry, I have to go chase my dog that's on my lap. Hold on.
I'm gonna take this break to go walk my dog for 30 minutes. I'll be back.
I was defrosting my little mini freezer in my mini fridge earlier. I can go pretend I need to clean that up.
We'll just have no one on camera.
That
Like,
will.
we'll all be right back. I have I don't know if you happen to know this through D&D Planescape lore, Jody. Does the Lady of Pain have absolute domain over just Sigil or all of the Outlands?
My understanding is it's just Sigil, because the Outlands in and of themselves, I think there's 13 different kind of cities in the Outlands.
Yeah,
and
there's
each
like
one
sections.
has- yeah, each one has its own kind of ruler and government and things. Like there's a city of Modrons, and there's a I think it's called like Celestia or something like that. That's kind of based off of the Seven Heavens and things like that. And it's really interesting. The new Planescape books are actually really cool.
Yeah, but those ruling entities like can't like snap away, instantly banish gods that try to visit, can they?
I could not tell
I
you.
don't think they're as powerful.
Like I said, I mean, again, because Sigil is in its donut form, it's completely isolated from the rest of
It's
the
there, but
Outlands.
it's cut off completely. Yeah.
Yeah, so
What if we drill through the donut?
yeah, I think
What's the
get this
donut
right.
made of? Is it like? Is it dough?
Blueberry cream.
Oh,
Yeah, a
we
lot of
can
people
we
don't
can
realize
drill
Lady of
through
Pain-
blueberry cream easily.
But yeah, Lady of Pain. Lady of Pain is a really, really interesting character in general because she's
My headcanon
both
is
aloof-
that she's an overgod.
she's just the person that nobody pisses off, because when she gets mad, she gets very mad.
Well, she's a completely neutral, all powerful, only within her realm entity, like AO.
So yeah. Anyway, if you guys want to know more, check out the new Planescape books. They're cool. They just came out. There's only, I believe, there's only one more 5th edition book that's coming out, and it is based on the deck of many things. And
Oh, yeah.
I like it very much.
Is it just a book of many things? Like, here's all the stuff we had planned to release at some point. It didn't work out. Anyway, here's
Well, what they if you get the physical version of it, it comes with a deck of many things, which I'm very, very happy about. I still have.
I have Hit Point Press's deck of animated many things.
So I have, this is my original deck of many things that I got back in 4th edition. And I have kept all of the cards and everything ever since then. I love it. But the new deck of many things, they've expanded the deck and they've added new cards to it. So I'm excited about that. And there's a deck of many things adventure in there. Like I'm a huge fan of Chaos, so which is why I run Tears of the Realms. You know, I mean, it's mostly chaos, controlled chaos, but chaos nonetheless, and mostly not controlled. So yeah.
Crowd control Tears of the Realms.
God.
Can you imagine?
I don't want to imagine that reality.
It's more or less what we used to do in the marathon.
Yeah, I mean, the Realms randomized was kind of crowd control esque. I still have all my randomized stuff if I ever need to run another one. So, anyway, now that everybody is here,
I have to go to the bathroom. I'll be right back.
so to say, who wants to leave now?
You.
You, yeah.
We talked about because you and Chax were going at the same time. And be like, well, we're going to come up with an excuse and just leave no one on camera.
That's fine.
Really, you guys are just standing off to the camera so we can kind of see your arms moving and things. But
There's a streamer that apparently did super, super well. And what she did was she would have a countdown on stream for her to appear in various outfits that showed off her various assets. And what would happen is that the countdown would stop every so often. It would get larger. When it got to the bottom, it would restart. Like, she just never actually came on stream. And she would have thousands of people watching her, waiting for it. And she'd be just off stream talking to everyone, going, okay, it's just about time. You guys ready? Okay, I need everyone to say, this in chat. And then it's almost time. And the most brilliant marketing move I've ever heard in my life.
I heard that the most successful live stream on TikTok to date was just a guy with an extremely large balloon next to him.
Yep.
With a needle saying, I'm going to pop this large balloon. And then he just stalls doing it for 3 hours.
Imagine doing that.
And I don't know if he ever did it.
No one knows.
so apparently it was a really big thing for a while, since you had mentioned the praxis, to watch people take tests and to
Really?
study for their tests. Yeah, that was a thing.
Interesting.
Yeah, and
A
I
lot
think
of my
it started
TikTok
in
lives
Korea.
are study things about long division and math. I'm like, why am I getting this on my feed?
I saw one of my friends that I've known for many years. His name is Jeff. I can't remember Jeff's last name now.
Which Jeff?
Jeff from Geek Conservative Vlogs. He streams on,
which
on
one?
Twitch now.
Oh.
What's his name? Bootleg,
Bootleg,
I think, or something like that. He's a super cool guy. I'm bad with names, but he's a super cool guy. And
I met him at PAX, finally, after 10 years. Sorry, go keep going.
Apparently, some streamer put out this advice of, it's so incredibly rude to eat in front of your fans. Just eat off stream or eat before or after.
Whoops.
And Jeff literally just replied, he's like, I have literally been paid to eat on stream. I don't know where this is coming from. And I just immediately thought of, there's a category called eating. Like, there's an entire Twitch category where you just sit down and you eat with your chat, and having people to talk to while you have a meal.
Mukbangs exist for a reason, motherfucker.
Well, not even just mukbangs. Like, there's just sitting down and sharing a meal with someone online is a totally normal thing.
We did that over the pandemic. Is a whole bunch of us would just go on a Zoom call, and we would all just be eating something similar normally.
Oh,
and
that's
just
cute.
Talking. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. We did that. We watched videos like that too, which I know was a streamer thing. It was probably because we're all streamers, which
I miss Twitch Sings.
I do too. Every day. I go on Smule and I'm like, there's a Twitch Sings group, and I'm like, is anyone on? And the only person on is Caleb.
I keep getting ads about that Twitch Sings knockoff.
Well, I believe it
Yeah.
Smule was
predated Twitch
original.
Sings. Yeah.
Uh-huh.
It's just Twitch Sings did everything that Smule did 100 times better.
Yeah.
I'll still call it a
Well,
knockoff.
because Smule is also just a phone app. Like, they don't have a desktop app. So you have to get like BlueStacks in order to play Smule or to use Smule on your computer. And even then, like features don't work. So
The glory days.
I know it was so good.
Amazon, bring Twitch things back. It was awesome. I don't care how much Facebook paid Warner Music Group. Bring it back.
Yep, because you have fans that will pay for subscriptions.
Yeah,
get
we'll
music.
buy the individual. I kid you not. If they forced us to buy the individual songs, we would do it.
Yep.
Right. Anyway, now that we've talked about that,
Sorry.
you guys want to talk about how Power Rangers Super Mega Force, they never acknowledged that they were pirates?
All right,
Or
now
would
I
you guys
really
like
have to go to
to-
the bathroom.
We've had that conversation like 4 or 5 times.
Yeah, and I will never be done with that conversation.
And that is why there was a Power Ranger symbol on your shirt with the
Yes.
I was hoping you'd enjoy that.
Yeah, I saw that. And thought, Power Rangers, yay! Anyway, do you guys want to play some Cypher System stuff?
Yes, but I do want to show something that I think you'll be very proud of me for before we do that.
Okay.
Notes. How to play.
Notes! Yay!
So, hopefully I won't be asking as many questions.
Oh yeah, did everyone have trouble leveling up their character or something last week? Because I just saw a bunch of messages come in during or and after the show, just like links to resources of how the Cypher system works.
It wasn't so much leveling up their characters as much as everyone forgot how dice worked for a second.
Oh, okay.
I don't know how dice work anyway. All I roll are ones, Jody.
I think this is true. I think that one of the
Every
Wow.
D20, you
Thanks.
only use one face.
Hurtful, but accurate.
I think what it was is we kept getting confused because there's like edge and then there's effort and they both start with E and you have to remember which way it goes with each and then how each one affects it. And so it was just like, so Jody's like,
yeah, it was
"You guys,
just like,
really?
guys, here's a rules refresher. It's free. It's really, really nice.
There's
For anyone
effort.
wondering, if anyone does want to start learning the Cypher system, it has a system reference document that is 100% free. And in addition to that, somebody has went and created a website that has all of the SRD on it in a significantly easier to read format than the Word document that you get from Money Cook Games, and
So
it's
what this-
phenomenal.
So what this means is Jody wants you guys to read it so you can also help us on stream when we get
Yeah, I'm totally fine with you guys going, can I ask chat?
Can I phone a friend?
We will start having photo friend tokens that they can
Yes.
give. And anyway,
There's effort and there's edge, and
Yep.
so that's just those two. I was able to figure that out, but what I couldn't ever figure out, and I finally wrote down, is there's teardrops, there are tear walking gems, there are tears, there are
none of that's
tear
in the
core.
system. That's the nonsense that I made up. And that's the thing that confused me. Is like, the nonsense I made up, you guys are perfectly fine with. The relatively simple game that Monty Cook designed? Nope. But no,
Welcome to doing any games with me.
Because it's a system versus silly memorable things. It's like when you have a stupid acronym for something that's really complicated and complex.
They say that with every D20 that Lex purchases, he hopes it'll be the one that will have him figure out how dice works. And
So
yeah,
maybe the go ahead.
no, that was it. That was it.
So maybe
the
the
amount I
problem
have
is
in this bag.
no. I think the problem, Lex, is that you keep buying it for yourself, and you need other people to buy it for you because other people's dice apparently they have better luck when they purchase them.
It depends on who bought you the
So Christmas
dice.
presents.
So
about to
if
say, if you
anyone
want Will
wants
Wheaton
to
to buy you a
buy
bunch of
me
dice.
no.
that should
so if-
100% be a thing that Will Wheaton does. Like, he should sell
So if anyone wants to buy me more
D20s
dice,
for your enemies.
That would
please
be cool.
send them to me.
Isn't
Okay.
that the one that says like F you and F me? Isn't that your? Did you see those?
I have
No.
not seen those.
Oh,
There's
a
a-
dice where the D20 says F you, like the actual word, and then the one is F me. So
No, our buddy Gil actually forges dice, and one of the things he can put on one of the faces is just the F word.
Yeah.
So he replaces the 1 with just nope.
Is it legal for you to say that on stream that he forges dice?
Since he's a
Boo.
blacksmith, yes.
Okay, just check.
We should make one that says F sharp and F flat.
That would be funny.
Ooh.
Just the symbols. That would be funny.
F flat is E.
Nerds.
Which is always really weird for me. It's like, why couldn't you just? Okay.
It's just our Western music system. There's only a half step between E and F, and there's only a half step between B and C.
Is it different in the East?
Yes, Eastern music. In Western music scale, there are, I believe, it's 12 tones in a chromatic scale. In Eastern music, I believe, I'm gonna say there's 20 in their scale. They use semitones. Which is why sometimes like Chinese music and Indian music does it as well. They'll sound like they're like out of tune and they'll sound like they're hitting wrong notes. They're not. They have more notes that they hit in their music, and therefore what sounds out of tune to us is actually individual notes.
Why
What was
can't...
it? There was the other thing with patterns that came up on TikTok that everyone was railing on this girl for being wrong for singing this for doing this harmony. I don't remember if it was a high or a low harmony to a song, but she got like railed on, and so music professionals came out and they're like, no, that's actually this tone and this style or this cultural music, so she's correct. And it was pretty great.
I studied music of the world when I was in high school, and the sheer kind of volume of variation around the world. I mean, we now kind of group it into 2 basic schools of music. You have Western music, which uses key signatures and the stuff that we're all used to. Then you have Eastern music, which again has more notes and uses half tones and things like that.
I had no idea in which the world would standardize music, let alone everything.
Well, technically, it has standardized music. That's what the Western musical system is. However, due to the standardization,
Then why is it called the Western musical system?
Because it was created in the West.
Then why doesn't
J-pop,
everyone use it?
It's mostly traditional. It's mostly traditional music that still uses the Eastern style of music. Like J-pop and K-pop and all that stuff all use Western musical scales. And a lot of Indian music has started transferring over to the Western musical scale because it's easier because you have less notes.
So it's still in progress.
Yes, that's exactly what I was saying.
We just need the U.S. to get on the whole metric system and like measuring things out with like grams and stuff instead of like a cup of flour, because that's flour is right in that.
So I can't remember who it was, but they were talking about the idea of the Fahrenheit scale versus Celsius, and the idea of at 0 degrees Fahrenheit it's pretty cold, and at 100 degrees Fahrenheit it's pretty hot. At 0 degrees Celsius it's kind of cold, and at 100 degrees Celsius you're melting. So no, Fahrenheit makes significantly more sense in everything other than scientific application, like for weather reports, for measuring, temperatures for baking and all that stuff. Like all that, Fahrenheit makes significantly more sense. Or we could all move over to the Kelvin scale.
I'd rather die.
Kelvin
Please
has its
don't.
own issues. Absolute
only-
zero isn't even absolute zero anymore.
I really enjoy the fact that it was like, we have decided that all subatomic movement stops existing at absolute zero, and yet we've still found a way to get colder. just
So, guys, Tears of the Realms. Really, we're talking about science and ideology.
Then
So-
why am I even here?
I don't even know what the word ideology means.
I'm not smart enough for
We
this.
are a learning stream. You teach us about Elgato at Lex.
Yeah, and you have multiple
You
degrees
have
at this
a-
point, right?
Yeah, you have your master's degree.
In digital media, not science.
So you can still teach us things. My
There's a
degree
lot
is
of
in speech and
science in
language.
media.
My degree is in television and radio broadcasting. This show brought to
Can
you
you
by
tell?
Zelda Universe TV.
You do
Can
have
you
you do
tell?
have a nice radio voice.
Yeah.
So that-
My station manager used to say I have the face for radio.
You know,
Ouch.
like you took my joke.
Damn.
that's fair.
And I have a degree in marketing management, so
Knowledge.
fun fact. Playing an instrument has been directly correlated with doing better in school. So
Yes,
if you want your
yes.
children to do well in school, make them play an instrument.
Especially from a young age, like the best thing that you can do for kids is as soon as they can start moving their hand is to let them, like, not just the baby ones that you can go and press and there's lights with sound, but give them like an actual little keyboard and let them play and experiment on it. And then as they grow up, it's super interesting because their neural pathways change. It's similar to like when you're learning another language. Like, sorry, I'll stop because I'm really excited.
Also, never give them a
super
violin.
fascinating.
Ever.
My
They don't need to learn it.
mom
A
tried
viola,
to.
on the other hand,
I have nightmares because they started in the school system I grew up in. You could start learning violin in fourth grade, but you couldn't start playing any other instruments until fifth grade. And or do God, fourth graders playing violins is murder.
yep. Fourth graders playing flutophones is awful, or recorders. I know because I've got 2 fourth grade classrooms right across from my office, and we have app every Friday. So I have to hear that.
I don't know
Sorry,
why
you
in the
said
heck.
a flutophone?
Yes.
Yes.
Is that what a recorder is called?
No, flutophones are different. They kind of have like the same bell as a clarinet. We've had this conversation several times. Maybe not here, but like just
Oh, I
because I
see.
grew up playing a flutophone and everyone else grew up playing a recorder, and I had no idea there was a difference.
Yes.
So-
Both of them, fun fact, both of them are actual, like a lot of people think recorders are toys. They're actual instruments that are significantly more difficult to play than most other woodwind instruments. Things like saxophones, clarinets, flutes, significantly easier to play than a recorder. However, recorders are much cheaper to
Yeah.
manufacture. And so,
Every school can get them, yeah.
Yeah. Also, a fun fact: they're both really annoying when you give them to children.
yes.
I thought that was something that we all knew.
We
It
played
is.
the Hogan's Heroes March when I was in 6th grade, and it requires piccolos. And 6th graders playing piccolos is another form of torture I would not wish on my worst enemy.
Yeah.
So,
Also, Becca, while that's true of kids' personalities to continue playing music, the actual playing of music, even when they don't want to, what it does to their neural pathways is amazing. Same thing with playing classical music, especially when they're younger. Even if they don't like it, what it's doing to their brains is fascinating.
I was
Yeah.
about to say my mom forced me to take piano lessons as a kid, and it did not stick.
I took piano for a couple years when I was going to be a musical theater major because I needed to be able to sight read, and then I realized how few people actually get into musical theater programs and then switch gears. And then
when
drop
sight
piano.
reading on a piano is a pain in the ass, anyways.
It is.
I can
to be
kind of
perfectly
sight
honest,
read sheet
sight
music.
singing is significantly more useful than being able to sight read.
I can kind of sight sing.
I used to be able to. Now,
But no, they because especially classical music, because it is so mathematical, especially if you go back into like early class, or technically not classical, if you go back to Baroque and then like the early classical period, it is so numerical, and it is so incredibly structured that it
absolutely fascinating.
yeah.
Like
They Again, the amount of studies they have done on the effect of playing instruments specifically, not just music in general, but playing an instrument specifically, it trains your brain, it trains your body. It's a massively good thing. So everyone, go get your children instruments. Specifically,
even
go
if
get
they-
them saxophones so they could be cool like me.
No, pianos. Get them pianos. I say get them clarinets, but I had the misfortune of playing that growing up. So,
Do cheap pianos exist?
yes.
Yes,
Yeah.
they're called
Uh,
keyboards.
There are
Buffini,
expensive
friend of
keyboards
the
with
channel.
fancy weighted keys and all of the.
Yeah, they're
And then-
really, really nice.
And then if you got like, there are some cheap ones. A friend of the channel, Ben Vicini, who was here for Zelda for RC Youthon, had a keyboard that I think he got for like $150 that has like the outputs for like MIDI and XLR and all that stuff to connect it to a computer.
Hurdy-gurdies.
Yes, get all of your children hurdy-gurdies.
Yes, just that thing. But yeah, there are definitely
Or
options.
dulcimers.
What are there? I always forget. What are the really.
Bagpipes.
Sure.
What are the
Another
really
one did not
bagpipes?
get. No, the shorter keyboards that are like 24 keys or 26 keys or something. They're something.
Oh, bad keyboards.
You're not talking about melodicas, are you?
No.
Those are another fun thing.
Melodicas are the ones that you have to blow into, isn't it?
Yes, but it uses a very small. I would just call that like what we used to call them, like composers' keyboards, because you would keep it around so you could write, but you didn't need like a whole
Yeah.
88 key.
You just
thing.
get like your basic melody in there, and then you can
Mhm.
build it up from there. Yeah. Anyway,
And middle C is C4, and the only reason I know that is middle C is da bomb.
Ba-da-ba-ba-da-ba.
I took music theory in both high school and college, so these are the things that I learned. Also, mnemonics, like I don't particularly like modes a lot. To remember the mode series, which is what predated the Western music, system that we are familiar with. Baritone, dude, I was in the low brass section. I played tenor sax, but I was always in the low brass section. And one of my best friends in high school played the baritone. And then he switched over to valve trombone because the fingerings were the same, but he got to be a trombone player instead of a baritone.
no, not a spinet.
Maybe if we Google short bad keyboard, we'll find the name.
How
Why
about
bad?
It doesn't have all the keys.
Okay, we're gonna open up the thing.
I'm gonna go put my milk away while you're looking up bad keyboards.
used
The
to
only result Lex is going to get is Yamaha.
Rude.
Actually, what I get a lot of is
Very true.
actually
What are you talking
computer
about?
keyboard. But if I put bad piano keyboards, the worst digital pianos of 2021.
I played
It doesn't
on a Yamaha,
actually say, and I'm not going to read this whole thing.
Okay, maybe
had
just
a
say
Yamaha
short.
saxophone for years.
I had a Yamaha non-weighted piano. I also have a Yamaha motorcycle. So don't knock on Yamaha.
I forgot
actually
they
do-
made motorcycles too.
They actually do.
They
a
make
really good job,
everything.
pretty much, yeah. But they do an excellent job with a lot of their products. Like you can actually work on them, and they make sense, and they do last for a long time. Like Hondas are also the same. Is that Japanese engineering that they put in that they utilize in a lot of their products? Not everything, but yeah. Working on my my motorcycle is like with the manual is like super easy. It's great.
All I know
Does-
is Yamaha saxophones are not great until you get to their pro line stuff, and then they're pretty decent. But
Yeah.
my tenor is a Cannonball, and I cannot tell you how much better my Cannonball. I have an unlacquered Cannonball jazz tenor.
Oh, cool.
with a special jazz mouthpiece and everything, and it was so much better than the Yamaha rental that I was using from the school. Like it was night and day how much better it was.
I went to a cheap public school that we had to buy our own instruments. There was nothing rented. And you weren't allowed, even if you played the piano, you weren't allowed to use the school piano.
We
Pianos.
most of the students were required to get their own instruments, but the bigger ones, like Barry sax, no one wanted to spend $4,000 on a Barry sax.
Yeah, then no one played it at my school.
Yeah. I played Barry in college, and that was super fun. We because I replaced this girl that
What?
she left the school.
Okay, replace this girl with an instrument.
No,
That's
our
what
old
it
Barry
sounded
player
like.
was this girl that the
yeah, a
Barry
Yamaha
was
EZ
taller than
300.
she was, and we couldn't figure out why she decided to play Barry instead of alto or something that wasn't larger than she was. But she never had enough air to make the Barry play very loud, and then she transferred schools, and they needed a Barry player. I said, "Well, I'll do it," and because I'd been the second tenor, and so I did a lot of soloing in that. And Mr. Kirby, our director, goes, "Oh, this would be great," and he specifically chose a Barry feature song. To where I just got to sit there and just go to town on this massive Barry sax, and
I'm still over here
Apparently-
wondering if Yamaha motorcycles are tuned to like make musical notes when they rev up because they also
I
make
mean, you
instruments.
can't tell me they don't. They also apparently make
just
a.
I bought
They
mine.
also apparently make a guitar.
Yes, they do.
Yamaha makes literally everything.
Everything. Yamaha makes
they-
tools. They don't make bicycles though.
Is it a thing? Yamaha makes it.
And they're all
Sponsored by
again. It's not that
Yamaha.
Yamaha is bad. They're generally relatively affordable, and they're made to be durable, not to be super high quality. So and for 99% of middle school and high school players, you do not need even an intermediate quality saxophone or whatever. It isn't until you start getting into the kind of upper echelons of performance that it matters in any way, shape, or form. Like I was a jazz musician, it did matter the shape of my mouthpiece and the lacquer and everything. It changed my tone immensely, and I could do. We had this one kid that used to. He learned how to
Types of
triple tongue
royalties.
on an alto sax, which is not something you're supposed to be able to do. That's a brass thing. And he used to play altissimo on his alto. So notes that the instrument is not designed to play, he could hit these crazy high notes, but he could only do it because he had like a $6,000 alto. So anyway, let's play some Tears of the Realm. How's that sound?
Must have made his partners very happy.
I mean,
Well,
I guess you can.
he was gay, and I think most
Partners.
of his boyfriends really enjoyed that. So
Yeah.
The fact that he was gay or the other thing?
All
the
the
fact that
above.
he had a
Okay.
very talented tongue. He's a great guy too. I miss him. He was awesome. We
Sorry, Arel turned on.
I'm not
So-
gonna. Nope.
now it's time to
Not touching
return
that.
I
to
know, I
Tears
set that
of the Realms.
I'm not touching that one.
up. So hopeful. Arel?
So it's okay because Aurel is.
Yep.
Elias, are you going to join
Maybe a
the roll 20
dash, too.
game so that the audience can hear the
Yes.
music?
Yeah. I mean, sorry.
We're professionals.
I've been
here.
running dog interference while running this
We-
stream.
We're so professionals playing this TTRPG that we are an hour into it and we are still not playing.
It's our 1 hour special. That's what
It
we're-
is. So it's our podcast of random things you
The
can learn.
Tier Walkers have returned from Etsu Korimawa. After returning to the Tier Walker, or the Tier Corps, they debriefed Kestrel and a few other senior members, and something about the information they brought back caused Kestrel to have pause. And so she met with the other heroes of the realms and apparently came to a decision. After the Tier Walkers eavesdropped on that conversation, they decided to start exploring the compound, meeting up with friends that they had met or had made over the past 6 months, only to discover that the compound seemed mostly abandoned. As they wandered around, they eventually met one of the people that was in the process of packing and were informed that everyone had been told to go home. As they were wandering back to their dorm, they suddenly started seeing movement out of the corner of their eyes. And they soon found that they were under attack by the Yiga clan. What their goal was, they were unsure, but they immediately raced back to their dorm to try and pick up their friend Adesh and ensure that he was not hurt by this invasion. And that is where we left them.
Adesh is dead on the ground.
No. No. We have someone tied up.
What's funny is
So,
that loading.
Adesh, you have a backup character, right, Elias?
Yes,
Yes,
actually,
his
I do.
name is Aruna.
Hyunchi is the backup character.
His name
So,
is Madesh.
Madesh.
It's just Adesh in a fedora.
I hate it.
I love it.
So what happened most recently, they came back to the dorm. They found that there were some Yiga clan members already there. To try and kind of set off an alarm and warn anyone that was still in the Tears Core, Aino set off the fire alarm, which happened to also set off the sprinkler system. So Adesh was
Been
abruptly
busy in the
woken up.
past 10 years.
Yeah.
Was
Adesh-
I asleep?
You were.
well, you were in your room, kind of just chilling on your own, and you were
Okay.
abruptly made aware of the situation when the fire suppressant system in your room turned on. And the very last thing that happened before we ended the last session was your door burst open with Adesh coming out going, "What's going on?" Completely soaked.
What's going on?
Long story. We're being attacked. Come on, we gotta go.
But what?
Zariah looks at the Shibari Yiga clan on the ground. We're bringing him though.
Oh.
Wait, was the other one alive? Because
You
there was
think
two at
so?
the door.
I mean, you guys didn't particularly say that you wanted to keep the other one alive, so generally when Yiga clan members quote unquote die, they just poof and leave behind bananas. So
I think the one that I like hit and like you yeeted out the door is probably bananas.
This Yiga is bananas.
Bananas.
I would
Perfect.
love to continue hearing that song another time when we're not under attack by the Yiga clan, but it seems we
Oh.
have to go. Hey,
We're not under attack anymore.
stay
tied them
inside,
all up.
okay? It's probably safer in this room, okay? I'll try to come back for you. And I shut the door.
Wait, Adesh, you
Let's
found
go. We
someone.
gotta go. Let's go.
Adesh,
Let's go.
We need to ask the questions.
Let's
What
go.
do you mean you found someone when everyone else left and we had to go through all of these doors to try and find someone? When you had someone.
Where are we
in your
going?
head the
Where are we
entire
going?
time.
Where are we going?
Wait, was it on Terrell? I couldn't find her.
Let's,
No, it's a very important question.
it's not a
Was it
rel.
on
Oh my
Terrell?
gosh, let's go.
Who was it?
It's I'll tell you later.
Door.
Wait, you opened the door?
Yeah. Why did you lie to me, Adesh?
It's not
Wow.
I assume
I
I
will-
would
I
I would
will
have to
allow-
I would have to get DM permission for it to be a rock.
Yeah, I was just saying, if it was right, you would have told me.
You wouldn't.
At this particular instance, I would need I would need something to know what's going on. No, if I mean it is Adesh, it is your room, and it does have a lock on it. All of your rooms have locks.
He just
So
said
if you
he'd
wanted
close
to
the door,
lock your
not lock
door
it.
on the way out, that's fine.
No,
Otherwise,
Daddy-
if you
I mean,
want
if-
happened.
If it's
Sorry,
under
yeah.
attack and I would lock
So-
it.
So yeah, as Zariah, as you go over, to your knowledge, Adesh doesn't generally lock his door that often.
What?
So yeah, you're like, shh, door is locked.
Zariah knocks on the door. If anyone is in there, just so you know, we're being attacked by Yiga. You might want to leave. Do I hear anything?
No answer.
Can I do a perception roll to see if I can hear anyone on the other side?
Make me a power roll.
Please roll a natural 20.
I wish I did. I got an 8.
Remember that thing we talked
Yeah.
about earlier where Jody was like, when things go wrong.
I'm so sad. I got an 8.
So as far as you can tell, there's no one on the other side of this door.
Unfortunate.
That's all right.
Dash.
We don't have time for this, right? What's happening? We're under
How
attack.
Did you lie? No. Why did you lie?
What?
No, we are under attack. You're right.
Where are we going? What's happening? Come on.
Oh God, we're
I don't know what the plan was. We were
I
following Ino, and Ino's surprisingly quiet today. Surprisingly.
I can't find Ino. I think
I-
Ino went down
The plan that I came
Oh,
up with
God!
was we come back and we get a dash because we didn't want him to be lonely.
Okay.
Now we have a
Trust
dash,
me, I
so
wasn't
we
lonely.
can do other things.
I don't think Adesh was lonely. Though.
I like to think that Ino was just behind Mato, and like Mato was like, I don't know where Ino is, and then you do it, and he just like, yeah, like panics.
That was a very Wind Waker noise you just made. Okay, all right. So, where are the heroes? Have we seen the heroes anywhere?
Oh no, we
Nope.
can't find them.
Oh, that's
So-
lovely.
Apparently, everyone has left, quote unquote.
Everyone has left the building.
Yes.
Was it
Yes.
being evacuated?
No, they were told to go home. It looks like they're shutting down Tears.
Or that's what it seemed like.
Right. Oh, that's right. We had gone into the
'Cause apparently, we have a meeting with like Cass and everybody tomorrow
in the
morning.
morning.
Well, that's okay.
So, sus city over here.
Where do we think the Giga would attack? If they
Have we checked?
were,
any of the
were these
main
two outside the
offices?
door?
No, that we were all outside, and there was more than one.
Okay.
Apparently, Dilly said there's a lot. Which
Did we
Dilly,
check-
having her all of their siblings, a lot is a lot.
They're
Did
all
we?
outside. Okay.
Did we check any of the actual offices where, like, you know, Cass?
So
and-
where you
Yes.
guys had gone specifically, there's a bunch of different areas of the Tears Court. You have like the kind of eating recreation area, and Zariah went and checked there and found that not only was the kitchen clean, but it was unprepped for the next day. There's the dorm area, which consists of some private dorms, is where you guys are, and then some group dorms. And you guys were able to go through there, and you did find a couple people in some of these semi-private dorms, and that's where you found all this stuff out. And you also went over there's the training area of the Tears Corps, and that's over by where Arel has her office, quote unquote, that she sometimes uses. And
I know she uses it quite often.
well, not as an office.
This is
And so Arel's office was tidied up and things like that. The one part of the
and
Tears
locked.
Corps that you guys haven't gone into is the kind of R&D area, which is where Kess has her office. It's where like the briefing room is in that same basic area. The briefing room starts kind of the R&D development area. That's where they develop all your tier walking gear. That's where the original crystal came from that you guys got your tier walking gems from. All that stuff is all located in that area.
Thank you for the reminder. Let's take this. Let's take the Jaeger clan member to the R&D. I know my mom's tools there,
The aren't
and
you
I
wanna,
know that she has a few tables.
I mean, if anyone would know, at least maybe someone would still be around, it could be Kess. So
have we checked the R&D area?
Nope.
No,
Nope.
we've not. We've not had the opportunity.
Do we not think the Yiga might have attacked to steal some tier walking special crystal technology to try and do
It's
their own thing with
possible.
it? Yeah, we
It's
should
quite
maybe
possible.
check on that then. Okay.
I don't know.
Right.
We got to find out though. Let's go.
So I would like to alert my family that the research department that the cause is being attacked. So
Yeah.
what
You said you couldn't find him, right?
correct. So what Zariah is going to do? She's going to summon her double.
Okay.
I would like you to fly home and give my moms this message. And she tells her basically to go and let them know that we're being attacked by the Yiga and potentially need help because they're going to steal things, because that'll definitely get Kess there faster.
Okay. Just an FYI, where you guys are right now, it is the better part of a few days' journey to get to where your parents' home is in Kakariko. You guys are really far away. It's one of the Kess actually lives in the Tears Core. Like her office also has a bed and like a whole living space for her.
That's right. I'd imagine that it was definitely going to be closer to Kess's
Kess-
home because
Kess has abilities that you guys don't, like that teleportation thing that took you guys to the platform up there. Yeah,
I
Kess.
thought that was on Terrell.
Aurel does
no,
it differently.
Aurel does it differently. Aurel brings you guys
Adash
through.
would know.
Yeah.
All right.
Brings you through the shadow plane or the shadow realm.
Right.
Kess actually kind of backwards. What do you call it? Reverse engineered things from the Sheikah slate. And
that's
so
right.
one of the
That's
things
right.
that she learned how to do is to access the kind of Sheikah teleportation network.
Right.
So that's generally how she gets home. Is she'll teleport close to Kakariko and then get there, or wherever they live. To be perfectly honest, I don't think we actually defined whether they live in Zora's Domain or Kakariko, but both of those locations are a few
I
days.
think it was Kakariko, yeah.
I think it was because it was close to Kess's parents.
Okay, so yeah. So you would know that, and again, because you can fly in your regular form, your double can get there. It will just take a day or two.
No, let's go see the office with the teleportation device because there's likely a
That's a good call. Maybe there's one there that we can commandeer.
Maybe.
Anyway,
And
let's get
Kess
moving.
also
Right,
has
down on
communication things that she used to keep in contact with the other heroes of the realm. So
All right, so Zariah's not going to summon her double.
okay, cool.
So, and she
So,
was in the room, so the Yiga member couldn't see Zariah.
The Zika clan is.
Doing that. If he was awake, I don't think he's awake. I don't think anyone's awake.
Oh yeah, are we taking the body?
Well, if the goal
Indeed.
was to be able to interrogate him, I would say that you guys did enough damage to render him unconscious, but not enough that he would be permanently unconscious or anything like that. Like you guys can wake him up whenever you want.
Yes, and that's why we're going to R&D to strap him to a table.
yeah.
Your motives are different from mine, but we'll
I know.
take him along.
So the question I have for you guys is, how are you going to carry this Shibiri wrapped human-sized package?
Fireman.
Okay.
Oh, that's right. Adesh and Mother are tall and strong.
Motto's got more muscles for sure, but
Say-
unless he's
Oh,
offering.
definitely
Okay,
strong.
good.
Look, I built a himbo. God damn it, let me use him.
Adesh's power is mostly in his mind.
Oh, I thought you were going to say in his hips.
Well, that too, but
You are not a rel. You are not her right
I hang out
now.
with the rel a lot. So.
Elias
He's
has turned into a
friends with
Jedi.
Rel.
You are not a Rel.
Ooh, how did I play a rel for so
These are
long?
She's
these are
fanning
not the
herself,
puns
just
you're
making
looking
one
for.
joke. Jeez.
Damn.
Remember, guys, when I first met Chax, it was through Twitch Sings, and she was the most wholesome, like innocent person I had ever met.
I believe
That's
you
where they
remind
get
us
you.
of this about once a month. Yeah.
Yep.
Anytime Chax does something and we all just go, huh?
So, Matto, I'm going to have you make me a courage check, just to see how difficult it's going to be for you to carry this guy. We're going to call it just a difficulty 3.
Can I
Cool.
assist him because he's tied up and I can tie him to Motto?
Sure, I'll give you an asset from
So it drops difficulty by 1, so I need to roll a
1. Yep.
6.
You need to roll 6 or higher. I know this will be
Alright.
hard for you, but I believe
I know,
you.
that's why I helped him. Remember, dry is not very nice.
Hold on, I gotta get my
Especially
D6.
tomato.
I gotta get a couple D6 of psychic damage. Alright, hold on.
But it's not to you, Lex, it's to Maddo. So
No, it's
I don't
to
think
me.
Maddo would
No,
notice.
it's to me. 13 points of psychic damage to myself. And my
On a
roll,
D6.
6, a 5, and a 2.
So, do you roll
So you're not gonna believe this.
What'd you
You
roll?
rolled a 5.
I rolled a 5.
Was it difficulty 1 or 2?
It's
2.
difficulty 2. Well, it's difficulty 3. He has one asset that brings it down to 2.
You know, the funny thing is that courage is what my highest pool is. It's fine.
So
I'm
it
not
doesn't
gonna
mean that you
re-roll this.
fail. It simply means that it takes longer than intended. So as you guys are leaving the dorms, carrying an unconscious body is remarkably more difficult than it seems. And as you guys are going, like Mano has to keep stopping you guys, every minute or two to kind of readjust kind of the weight distribution, put him down.
Really, it's just how I lug things around most of the time.
Maddo, just strap him to your backpack. Like your bedroll. On top.
Oh, that's probably smarter than this.
Not surprised.
So he
Damn.
ties him to his backpack, and then halfway there, he falls off.
Are you good?
You're not very good at tying, are you?
No.
Time.
This is what a 5 on a courage roll. It does.
I'll have to show you some notes later.
Somewhere else in the world, someone's rolling higher than a 20 or higher than like a 16. And I like Will Wheaton and Brian Murphy, I'm here to balance the universe.
Hold on, let me see.
I don't even know who Brian Murphy
I got an
is.
18, so I don't think you have to
So
look far
I am
enough.
I am the balance of this stream. Chax is the one that rolls high. I am the one that roll low. We equal each other out.
That's fair.
So, as you guys are
Tips and
going, you
scales.
do see. It seems like most of the facility is kind of being overrun by Sheikah, and you guys are
Sheikah?
with, or not Sheikah, Yiga. Well, I mean, they are Sheikah, but they're Yiga specifically Sheikah, because all the Yiga clan are still Sheikah. They're
So
just.
they didn't respond to the fire alarm going off?
They did. They realized that they no longer needed to be secretive, and they just started kind of blitzing all over the place.
Oh.
You do see every so often there are little battles going on. So the fire alarm did kind of alert the remaining staff of this place that something was going on.
Please tell me
Um,
Lottie's there.
You haven't seen her as of yet, but it's very possible that she, because she does spend a fair amount of time with Kess off the clock. She may be kind of further in the R&D section. As you guys are going, though, I am going to choose a die.
Oh no.
Mado, I want you to make me a wisdom defense roll, please.
Are you sure?
Yes. We're going to call this a difficulty 5. I should
How I
mention,
roll.
the way that shields work in the Cypher system is they give you an asset on
Oh,
wisdom
so
defense rolls.
this is automatically with a difficulty of 4, which means I still need a 12.
Yeah. If you have a shield out, which I would assume Mado very
I
rarely goes
always
anywhere
do.
without a shield.
Wait, are
I
you
always-
cyborg right now? Or are you?
I am
regular?
cyborg right now.
Right.
Because I have a higher pool at the current moment in my courage for this. But that's not what this is. It's wisdom defense. 18.
All right. So, as you guys are running, I'm going to try this one more time. As you guys are running away, you suddenly hear a sound that seems somewhat familiar, but there's just something off about it. And Maddow, you see movement coming very quickly at you, and you kind of drop the person that you're holding and just step back as you see this spike go flying past you, just barely missing your head. And
Hello?
it sticks into a nearby wall, and then you watch as the chain that is attached to it goes taut, and then it rips it out, and you hear this, and you see a figure suspended from one of the higher floors, holding something that looks very similar to a hook shot.
Does it look like a certain Sheikah that I know?
No, this is most definitely not Kess.
So I think they've gotten into the R&D department,
Is it Kess's hookshot?
It is not.
Okay.
but it is a hook shot.
Well,
It
that's
looks again. It's
bad.
similar,
Not
it's
nearly as
built
bad as if it were
differently.
Kess's hookshot.
Kess's hook shot. Bad things are about to happen to everybody.
I mean, all of this is bad.
You do see this particular person is wearing Giga Clan garb, but instead of the traditional Giga Clan mask, she is wearing a face, just kind of like a ninja mask style thing, and a hood. And as she's sitting there, she points her hook shot at Adesh, and you hear a kind of older of a voice goes, "Where is Kess?"
I was
And-
something about to happen.
Go ahead. Well, as you guys are kind of reeling about, or she actually says, "Where's Kestrel?" And after you guys are kind of processing that, you see another Yiga Clan member come over and go, "Adra, this isn't the time. That's not what we're here for."
They're really bad about this secretive infiltration. Not
Hey, just let
You
him
know
talk.
what? Yeah.
Just let him
You just
talk.
get-
Just let him talk.
Let him cook. Let him cook.
And the woman turns and goes, "I'm not leaving unless I see her. That wasn't the reason that we're here. Kill them and let's go get what we came here for."
My mom's already married, by the way.
Okay.
And she looks at you kind of strange.
I don't know where Kestrel is right now. I don't even know if she's in the building. You might be barking up the wrong tree. That's a nice hookshot, though. Where'd you get it?
Answer my question and I'll let you live.
That's cute.
Zariah's going to take out her shadow rod and make it into like a little fast shield, like what the riot police have.
Okay.
Just not quite as
Um,
long.
Can
Why
I also then try to take a shield, like one of my old like melee shields, and just like chuck it at him?
well, why don't you guys all roll me some initiative since you are all kind of taking aggressive stances here?
Sure thing.
17.
Wait, that's just a.
Real quickly from Sarah effing Guzman. Adesh, I feel like you might need one of these. Take a player intrusion token.
I'll add it to my pile. Thank you.
So to say, he might need reroll tokens better, but, you know, those are useful as well.
I don't have any player intrusion, so
I have 3.
I'm jealous. I should use them.
So let's start off with Mata. What you got for me?
17.
Gee, not bad.
Oh,
Soraya?
do I
Fell
still have
off.
the?
He said he fell off.
Okay.
Sorry, me? 14.
Yes, 14. Cool. Adesh.
That's just a d20 roll, right?
Yep, just flat d20 roll.
10.
10. Cool. Not 110. 10. So
110.
unfortunately, none of you guys are faster than these two master Yiga clan members. Yes.
Oh, interesting.
Zariah?
I thought I had something on initiative.
You can be trained in initiative. If you
Yes, I am.
were.
Oh, no, I'm not.
Yeah, I am also not.
If you were trained in it, it would say so in your character sheet.
Yeah,
But I don't think anyone
there,
here
but it's not
specifically is. I think you're all you for untrained.
What does it do?
It just so the way initiative works in the Cypher system is you guys roll, and then if you roll higher than the difficulty class for the monster, then you go before it, and if you roll lower than it, you go after. So if it's like a level 6 monster, for instance,
What does being
difficulty
trained
class
in
would be
initiative
18.
do?
It reduces the difficulty for you to go before the monster. So
So it
difficulty
basically
6.
adds 3 to the roll, basically.
kind of.
Yeah, all right.
Real quick from Sarah effing Guzman. Zariah, well, it's time to make moms proud. Take a player intrusion
Oh,
token.
thank you, Sarah.
So, the two Yiga clan members that are above you guys, the first one, the woman, is going to aim at Adesh, who seems to be mouthing off to her the most. And I need a wisdom defense roll, challenge rating 6.
For whom?
For me.
For Adesh.
Okay, quick question. Are
Sure.
I need to make sure my points are correct because it matters if I have full points or not in this particular moment. All right, wisdom
you do not
defense.
If you don't have full points, can I like quickly throw a shield up to help and make it and give him an asset?
I have full points because I was
Okay.
sleeping.
Yeah.
I
You
just
did have a
needed to
shield
make sure.
out, though. Already.
I did.
Yeah, okay, so Zariah's riot shield that she made, that was in front of her, right?
Yes.
All right, so I have, okay, cool. All right, well, I will spend 2 power points with my edge of 2 and effort of 2 to reduce it by 2 to power level 4.
So,
right? Oh no, it's a pool, right? So it's 4. I would be spending 4 to do that, right?
yeah, and
Okay,
so
yeah,
if
never mind.
it's a
I got it,
wisdom
I got it,
defense
I got
roll,
it.
you have to pull it from wisdom. So
Right, that's right. I don't have an edge. Okay.
so if you wanted 2 levels
Yeah.
of effort for wisdom, it would cost you 5 wisdom points.
If I had 1 wisdom edge.
No. The way
Otherwise
effort
it
works,
would
the first
otherwise it
level
would
is
cost
3,
6.
second level is 2.
And it's 2 going.
Each subsequent level is 2.
I forgot
It's
about
just
that
the first
random
one
roll.
I've never understood why. I'm assuming in playtesting they found having them all 2 Must have just been too powerful at low levels or something. But yeah, first level is 3, then everything else is 2.
Okay, level 6, you said?
Yep, level 6, so 18 or higher. Unless you want to.
Pianchi and I
add some
both
effort.
dropped our toys at the same time.
Oh,
Okay, I did not hit 18 or above.
Okay, so
what'd you get?
7.
As you are sitting there, you suddenly hear the kind of familiar sound of the choom, choo, 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 and you feel the device go and hit you. You take 6 points of damage, and after
Non-specific?
it hits you, no. So
Courage.
yeah, starts with courage and then works its way down. And after it hits you, it feels almost like a shock because it seems that the hookshot itself hit a nerve bundle, and so your head is kind of swimming
Ow.
right now, and you have an inability on all of your checks for the next 2 rounds.
Inability. Okay. So that increases it by
things.
1?
Yep, increases
Okay.
things by 1. Real quick from Seraph and Guzman, take a reroll token. Adesh, when you use this reroll, it will be a nat 20.
You better be.
I love how Adesh is fighting for his life, and so is Elias with Pianchi.
I'm just trying to
So-
distract him from other things.
From munching on cables.
No, from
As,
needing to go out.
Ah.
As that happens, the other figure there seems to take out these 2 balls and throws them at both Zariah and Mado. And I need both of you to make me wisdom defense rolls against power level 6.
All right. So
Uh,
I'm trained in wisdom defense. So 5,
I am.
which is still impossible.
Why do I feel like we're fighting bosses
I am
we're not supposed to fight
untrained
yet?
in I am not trained in wisdom defense. I do have 2 points in edge in wisdom. So I can add a level of effort by just spending 1. And then if I do, yeah, I'll spend 1 point to get a level of effort down, to drop that to a 5.
So you have an edge of 2 in your wisdom pool?
Yes,
Interesting. Okay.
I think I put that in there correctly. I think that was like one of the first things I did was in my advances with put a point there.
Well, I thought your original edge was in either strength or power, wasn't it? Or did you always have an edge in wisdom?
I think I always had an edge of wisdom.
Okay. I mean, I have access to your character sheet. I can just look at.
That doesn't
Yeah,
make
you-
sense for Mado.
Does it not?
Let me look at it.
Did I make him? Did I screw up here?
No, you have 2 edge, so I think it's because you got you started with the ruler type. Because again, we were making you a salesman, and so that's why you started with the pool the wisdom edge as opposed to any of the other ones. Which still
Yeah.
makes perfect sense because again, you're defensive and wisdom is what you use for defense.
Mm-hmm. I still have to roll a higher than a 15.
Yeah.
I'm so curious.
What did we get?
Hold on, I'm deciding if I want to reroll this.
Low.
He got
Well, while he's
it
deciding
to-
that, Zariah, what did you get?
Okay, so I haven't rolled yet because
Okay.
Soraya has out.
I
The right
rerolled
police-
it, natural 20.
Okay, we'll deal with that in a second.
Zariah has out a riot police shield, which does which they do have when they like throw out tear gases and stuff, which is a thing. Does that give me any?
So the way shields work in Cypher is they act as an asset for wisdom defense rolls.
Okay, so I do get
so
an
you would
asset.
have an asset from that, and then you mentioned that you're trained as well.
Yes.
So both of those add together to
Okay.
reduce the difficulty by 2.
Okay.
Oh, wait a minute. Oh, then I should have that. That might should have been a difficulty 4 anyway, not a difficulty 5, since I also have shield.
You re-rolled and got a
Yes.
natural 20, Lex.
I still rerolled and got a natural 20, but I realized my first roll was a 13, so I would have still cleared, but I rolled a natural 20.
And I got 17.
Cool. So both of you guys, just to make things move a little bit faster, for your player, for your major effect, what I'm thinking makes the most sense to me is so these balls come flying at you, and the one that comes flying at you, Zariah, you sit there and you kind of lift your shield to deflect it off, and you watch as it kind of explodes into this extremely thick, choking gas, but it's far enough away that it doesn't affect you. Matto, on the other hand, you are so familiar with how shields work and everything like that, that as it comes over, instead of just blocking it away, you kind of turn your shield a little bit and put some force behind it, and you knock it
Ricochets backward.
Yes.
Yeah.
to him, and you watch as this big cloud of smoke appears up there, and you hear this kind of coughing and sputtering.
I was gonna say, can I invoke impaired for that specific thing?
Sure.
Shield bash.
Well, I had something else that I was thinking of because they're high up, right?
Yes. Well, they were high up. They're about to fall in a second here if you let me finish my description.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
Thank you. So you hear the kind of coughing and choking, and then you watch as he kind of descends to the ground. And he is still wearing a Yiga clan mask, so you can't really see what's going on behind it. But if Yiga clan masks could look more angry, this one would be very, very angry.
Just 2 angry eyebrows.
Suddenly.
Was Adra not wearing her mask?
No, she has like the.
No, she has like a ninja kind of chic looking thing going on.
That's right. I have a mechanic question as well.
Sure.
I have armor 1.
Mm-hmm.
What does that do?
So when you take damage, you reduce as long as it's physical damage, you reduce the damage by the amount you
By
have
1.
of armor.
Okay.
So
I'm assuming
in this
Hookshot
case-
was physical.
Yes, very much. So instead of, I think it was 6 damage, you take 5. So that being said, Matto, there is one person with a hook shot that is about like 20 feet up in the air, and there is another person that apparently has smoke bombs on them, that is on the ground with you guys. What do you want to do?
So, how would you feel if I took one of my shields and yeeted it into the guy with the hook shot?
Oh.
I would
I
say,
mean, full on ultimate Frizzly to like knock the heck out of this guy.
I would say your shields are not designed to work as ranged weapons.
That's what I figured. I had to ask.
So if you wanted to do that, I'd definitely let you. You would make a courage roll to try it, but I would give you a total of 2 inabilities for it because it's just not designed to work that way. So you would be looking at a difficulty 8.
Which means that is absolutely not happening. Okay.
Also, really quick, Matto, the #1 shield salesman, time to show superior shield skills. Take a player intrusion
Player
token.
intrusion.
And Matto, you find this token attached to a 10% off coupon to the cafe at Bucky's Bucklers. Take
God.
a recovery token as well.
Recovery.
Very
token.
nice.
Bucky's? Oh God.
Bucky's.
Chief
I-
rival to
I've
Shields Up.
I forgot about Bucky's.
I went there for the first time over the summer.
That must be a trip.
It was, especially
is a
that they
real
were
place?
saying Yeah.
Bucky's is real.
Oh,
It's,
yeah,
they have
it's,
it's like a giant grocery store connected to a gas station. It's
No,
like
I know Bucky's the beaver that, but I
Yeah.
thought you meant Bucky's Bucklers.
no, I'm just assuming it's reference to Bucky's.
Oh,
No, it's wild because they pay, like, if you work there, even to stock the shelves, like $27 an hour. The one in Texas,
Oh,
and you
that's
get
super
full-time
good.
benefits, and you get like a whole bunch of stuff in Texas
yeah. Bucky's
That's
where
is-
things are
Impressive.
cheaper.
That's impressive.
Also, that Bucky's is spelled with 2 E's.
Yeah.
Adding
Man,
to
shout
This
out
is
to them.
Bucky.
Shout out to
This
them
is
for
Bucky's Bucklers, which is the major competition for Shields Up.
I thought we had other
And
competition
Chic
in
Chic,
NPC.
since
Anyway,
they're kind of
yeah,
like
Chic. I thought was the major competition.
Well, Chic is not so much a competition as a company that was attempting to, because you do business with Chic.
Yeah, right. Because that's how we made our boy Sanders.
Yeah. No, Bucky's Bucklers is direct competition. They sell shields.
Got it. Okay. Is there
Chic sells everything, and
the
is
guy that-
trying to stock
the guy
Shields Up
that
shields.
fell? There's no cloud of smoke around him at the moment, right? It's only up
No, the
top.
cloud of smoke. Surprisingly enough, the cloud of smoke where it exploded is still
Self-contained.
staying there. It seems like it's not really drifting due to wind or anything. Like whatever this thing is made up of is designed to create these kind of stationary clouds of smoke that are incredibly thick.
All right, I'm gonna go like do 3 runs, a slide, and then slam the guy in the face with my shield.
Go for
That's
it.
down here.
You do have a special ability that allows you to move a short distance and still attack in your turn. So we call
I
it
do.
shield surfing. So
Yes, I do.
yeah, and now I'm remembering why you had an edge in wisdom is because your shield surfing
Is an edge.
is a wisdom ability. So
Yeah. Damn. 3.
So as you guys watch as Maddo kind of kicks his foot forward, and you watch a shield just kind of appear from his feet, and you watch him just start kind of surfing over and kind of flips, and he goes forward with one of the shields on his arms to try and hit, and the Shika or the Yiga clan member, you watch as he just kind of shrinks into the shadows and appears behind Maddo, completely avoiding the blow.
Oh, I was gonna. Part of me wants me to throw a player intrusion choker to make that description dumber. Of the instead of what just happened, I try to go, I overshoot, and I just like fly over him.
Sure. So you guys watch, he goes into the air, and he's just like full on like Captain America diving it. And the Yiga clan member just very slightly moves his head to the left
Oh, damn.
and just misses him completely.
Yeah,
lands
he
in
like
a-
looks and like he has this look, and I'm just like I flip. Oh, you watch as he like literally like almost like free willy like dives above him,
Only
completely missing him.
like the River Jordan.
Only Lex Rosenberg would use a player intrusion token to make their failure
Himself
worse.
Yep.
And then
You should've left
he
him
landed on
behind.
the other
This is the only way I
side
know
and just
how
gonna.
You should have left him behind you because I was directly behind you.
Oh well, he is still directly behind me technically.
Yeah, I
yeah,
mean,
but now you're further away.
Yeah.
It's fine.
If he was
that
directly
being
behind
said,
you, I would have whacked him. But now it's
Zariah,
fire! Yay!
you have a riot shield.
I do have a riot shield, and so what I want Zariah to do is fly up towards Ada, who's
Mhm.
on the rafters, with her shield up, and I want her to try and do like a shield bash kind of movement.
Okay. So the only issue with that is in the Cypher system you have a single action, and if you want to attack, you can move in immediate distance, which is about 10 feet, and make an attack, or you can move a short distance as your full movement,
that's
and
right.
she is more than 10 feet away.
That's right.
So
And how far away is the guy that Mato missed?
He's about 25, 30 feet away. The reason Mato is able to do that is he has a specific
I have a
ability.
shield surf ability to do that.
Yeah. Is there anything in our surrounding environment or on the Sheikah that's tied up and passed up? Was there like a weapon on him?
Oh, the one that you guys tied up?
Yep.
I
think they were shooting at us with arrows.
The one that you guys tied up, I believe, just had one of those, like wakizashi kind of swords that the clan used. So just a just like a samurai, a short samurai sword kind of thing.
Gotcha. Okay. Okay, that doesn't help very much. All right, so then, because Adesh is behind me and she really hurts. What I want Zoraya to do is still sort of to fly up in front of the girl with the hook shot and just sort of defend. Just like basically block with a shield.
So
does that work?
Just as a reminder,
yes,
on your character sheet, you do have some abilities built into your type. One of them is called Shadow Affliction.
That's right. Which I just saw and walked away from. Shadow control, weapon, courage.
Now, flavor-wise, this won't be shadow. This will be light. But it still mechanically works the same way. And short range is 50 feet, which she is within a short range.
Right. Sorry, where was Affliction? Because I'm on the Etsu Korimala still.
It's on the far left. It's on the left column. Underneath, is a guarded hero.
Oh, there it is. I see it all the way on the bottom.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
It's under special abilities.
Yep, I see it now.
And real quick from Imp, Adesh and Zoraya take some recovery tokens.
Thank you.
That's my first one.
All right, then I'm going to use that.
Okay.
Oh yeah, there it is. It is shadow control. Okay, perfect. Sunfire and light. Okay, so I'm going to use 2 power points and control the light around them.
Okay. So seeing that this target is just too far away for you to do much of anything, you look at the shield that you've made and realize that it's not really going to help you get to it. But there is a flickering torch nearby that you kind of just look at, and you see the light emanating from it. And having done this with Shadow many, many times, you're kind of confused at first about how to do this. You are still going to need to make an attack roll because it is an attack. So it'll just be a power attack difficulty 6 against this.
Okay. I actually got 18.
Not bad. So, as you sit there and you realize that you're not going to be able to do this, and you instantly, at first, are thinking there's shadows everywhere. This is great, and then you realize you have no connection to shadows anymore. You start looking for a point of light. You see the torch. You go, "Let's hope this works." And you just kind of focus on the torch, and you guys watch as the light of the torch starts to kind of coalesce and move, and you watch as it jumps on to this person, and you watch as the light hits them. It kind of like infects them with this like light, almost like spider veins that are glowing bright white. And she kind of cries out in pain and just looks at you with this murderous intent. Is that the end of your turn then?
Yeah, Zoraya's gonna laugh because she's quite used to that look.
Yeah. Adash, what would you like to do?
So, I have seen Kess use her hook shot time or 2. I have a decent inkling as to how they work, what makes them so effective. I would like to use remote detonation on one of the chain links in the hook shot,
Nice.
doing damage
Alright.
and making it completely useless.
Absolutely.
Nice.
This is still going to require an attack roll. But I'm going to say that your knowledge of how hook shots work is going to give you an asset on this. So
Excellent.
normally difficulty 6, it's now difficulty 5.
Let's see here. Okay. What are you doing? Okay. Let's burn 3 points and do 2 effort on this.
Okay, cool.
So that's that. Stop sniffing that. So that'll be difficulty 3 at that point, right?
Started at 6.
Asset
brought
was
down to
5, 2 effort was
then
3.
2. Yeah, brings it down to 3. So you're looking at a 9.
18. I didn't need any of it.
Actually,
I didn't need any of
High
it.
enough.
That is a good number today.
So yeah, you guys watch as Adesh. And remind me, you are no longer in your armor. You went back.
No,
to your
I'm
magic
back
form,
to
right?
magic, yeah.
Okay. So you guys watch as Adesh is just sitting there, and you watch as he kind of starts sculpting energy into his hand, and then you watch him just kind of close his hand and he winks, and then you watch as the hook shot itself just explodes. And you watch as the end of it just kind of and sticks into the ground. And she cries out in pain because she still
This
takes
is
damage.
one point of damage to everyone in radius, yeah.
Well, so on attack rolls, if you roll a 17, you do 1 point of additional damage. You roll a
Oh, we made it an attack. That's right.
So yeah, that in and of itself, we're gonna.
Oh, and if I
call-
apply effort, well, okay. I think we did this in a different way, but okay.
you can apply effort in a couple different ways for that ability.
It says for
So-
this one, it says to apply effort to increase the damage, 2 additional points per level of effort.
Yeah, so there's a number of different ways you can apply effort. You can apply effort to the roll itself, which makes it easier to hit. You
Oh,
can
that's
apply
right. Yeah,
effort
yeah, you're
to
right.
the
Yeah, sorry.
damage. And there's certain
Sorry.
abilities you can apply effort to make it affect more people or things like that. So
Yeah.
this one in particular, you applied
I
effort
applied it
make
to the roll.
easier to
Yeah,
hit.
yeah.
So,
Okay.
so that being said, you watch that and you see as shards of it kind of embed themselves in her face a little bit. And she rips away her face mask because now her face is kind of burning and tries to get some of the pieces off. And Zariah, since you have the most experience with this, your heart kind of goes cold a little bit because the face looks incredibly familiar. She looks
Sister.
very similar to Kess, like the same bone structure. Obviously, she's older, but she looks like you. At first, you think that this might be like an older version of Kess or something for a brief moment, but there's aspects of her face that are not quite identical to what Kess looks like. But the resemblance is unsettling, to say the least.
About how old would you say?
Probably in her 50s ish. So
Okay.
not like ancient or anything like that.
I know Kessa's mom.
You do.
It doesn't look like Kessa's mom. That's good.
It does look kind of similar to Kessa's mom, to be perfectly honest.
Do I know if Kessa's mom had a sister?
To your knowledge, they've never spoken about a sister.
Okay.
Sorry, I wasn't aiming for the face.
No, I'm glad
She
you
just
did there.
stares daggers at you, readjusts her face mask. realizing that you have massively put her at a disadvantage at this point, she kind of turns and goes, "Damn it!" And she throws one of those balls, and instead of smoke coming out, this incredibly bright flash happens. And I'd like everyone to make me courage defense rolls.
Okay. Courage defense. I can't use anything with my shield for this because it's not wisdom.
Courage defense is basically when you're trying to kind of withstand something. A lot of times, like if you get poisoned, it would be a courage defense or things like that. So,
What's the difficulty?
it's going to be difficulty 6.
Okay. I'm trained in it, so it'll be 5.
Nope.
You're trained in courage defense?
I am a trained in.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah, so it'd be 5 for you.
Nope. 14.
Okay.
Just realized that I was impaired, but my roll was high enough; it didn't matter. So.
Yeah, it's
Nice.
5.
5. Okay, so both Maddow and Adesh, there's this bright, blinding light, and for a moment, the entire world seems to just become a flash freeze. The image that you see as you kind of look and blink, you just see the kind of almost like a picture of the last image that you were looking at. Zariah, on the other hand, you kind of shield yourself behind your riot shield just quickly enough that you are not immediately blinded by this light. And as you look up, you watch as she kind of climbs up to the roof and starts dashing across the other roofs to get away as quickly as possible. The one that is on the floor throws down 2 more smoke bombs, not at you guys, but just in between you and him. And Maddow, since you're on the same site as him, he is going to just kind of run past you and run as quickly as he can away.
Okay. Can I do anything about that and thwack him?
You're currently blind, so you can't see him super well. You hear him run past you. You guys have effectively been flashbanged, so.
Yep. Okay. I do nothing.
Okay. So when everything kind of wears off and you guys look around, the Tushika you were battling aren't there anymore. Though I will say, Zariah, you still, because of your connection to light, you still can kind of feel the direction that the woman went, because she's still infected with your light.
Okay. Can Zariah summon her clone and have her give chase?
Sure, if that's what you'd like to do, definitely.
Okay.
So you guys watch as Zariah sitting there. You see her just look at nothing, and you watch as her where she's looking just slowly kind of turns into a second version of her, and she very quickly just kind of looks and goes, "There," and
like also give that to sort of stealthily chase, not just like be after. Okay.
And she kind of disappears into the night in the air. I'll have you roll for her chasing a little later. We can turn off this music.
I have not been able to get Roll20 to load this entire time, by the way. I don't know what's going on.
That's impressive, to say the least.
This is loading forever.
I mean, I've had that issue with it sometimes, but it's also, I assumed it to my internet being stupid.
Try opening it in a private tab.
But then you have to, like, log in again.
Oh no, worst thing in the world.
Wait, what mean password?
Fixing it or typing in your username? Oh no.
Because I never remember it, because it's always super long, so I have to go into, like, Bitward, and it takes me a couple extra seconds.
see if we can get battle music for the last 6 minutes.
So, what do you guys want to do? There's still Giga Clan members that are kind of going, and they seem to be kind of coalescing around the R&D department.
Looks like we made the right call. They've already made off with a hook shot. We need to.
Yeah, we need to secure the area.
That wasn't Mom's.
Yeah, thank goodness it wasn't.
Still not good.
Can we run towards R&D?
Don't forget the body.
Oh crap! I run back, grab the body.
There is still the head of the hookshot. If anyone wants to take that with them.
Yeah, okay. I'll take it. Yeah.
Wait, is the body still there?
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Surprisingly enough, being
It's just bananas.
yeah. Oh, you
It
guys
was
find her
dropped hard enough
bananas.
during the fight.
Yeah, I'll take I'll take the hook shot.
Surprisingly
out.
enough, being tied up by Zariah and her unnaturally adept knot tying skills.
Is it really unnatural after being around Octrell so long?
Who are you arguing with, Soraya?
My own
Entertain a
inner
voice.
monologue.
Oh.
No, that's crazy. Anyway, run.
So yeah, as you guys go through to kind of keep moving things forward, there are members of the Yiga clan that you guys are able to see doing various things, but you eventually get to the kind of main R&D building. And as soon as you guys get there, you see like two Yiga clan members just kind of appear and are about to stab you. And again, you hear the familiar toom, doom, and you watch as one of the Yiga clan members' chest just kind of explodes, and then his body is ripped back as you see Kess throwing him against a wall.
Found her.
Mom!
Be with you in a second, honey. And you see her taking aim at another Yiga clan member.
What if we can find her because she was at Starbucks and now she's holding the Starbucks cup while she's hookshotting all
you can
the
see
Yiga
hook
again?
shot in one hand, pumpkin spice latte in the other one.
No.
Perfect.
How can you sound so happy when they're destroying your lab?
We'll deal with that later, sweetie. Boom.
You want help?
She's like skewering on her hook
She missed
shot
the
and,
action.
like, stabbing it.
Yes. That way. The Tear-walking crystal, Aruna and Pierre are in there. They need your help. Boom.
Got it.
I've got
Runs.
these ones. Boom.
Yeah, it seems like she's got this.
I just sprint towards the direction that Kestan mentioned.
Okay. As you guys get in there, you suddenly feel this wave of heat and debris as one of Aruna's patented bombs explodes in the doorway.
I'm so glad that he figured out
Uncle
patenting.
Runa, not us.
Oh, sorry about that. Actually, I was aiming for the one that's on the roof there, but these guys are remarkably...
Yeah, you can tell us all about it later. Okay, yeah, what do you need help with?
Do you want a hand bomb?
Yes.
I mean, I'm
And
not
he
going to
just
say
tosses
no.
one towards Mado and another
Hell
one
yeah.
towards...
No, don't throw it to Mando. He's dropping things.
I'm fine.
Without going into initiative, since we're getting close onto the time here, what do you guys want to do? There's a grand total of 7 Yiga clan members, and you can see a few of them already have kind of pieces of the crystal on them.
Go fast one with Crystal. Or, sorry, lasso. Lasso? Whip. There we are.
I would only
Is
try
your
to.
riot shield is turning into a whip.
Yep.
Okay.
I
Go ahead.
I'm gonna hold on to the bomb because throwing a bomb by a bunch of crystals seems like it's a good way to destroy the crystals.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna just pocket
It's a very smart thing for Mado to think.
it.
Kind of
Look,
impressed.
thanks. And he's gonna once again slide over to one of the ones that are having the crystal, and then just thwack.
Okay.
I'm gonna try to take out the Yiga members holding the crystals as much as possible, saving my remote detonation as an absolute last result or resort
Okay.
on the crystals they're carrying if it looks like they're going to get away with them.
Okay. As far as you can tell, there's a grand total of about 7 that are in the room right now. 6 of them have crystals and are attempting to assist escape. So one of them is going to get grappled by Zaraya, and when she comes back, we will resolve that. Mata, what you were trying to surf and then slam one with one of your shields, correct?
Correct.
Okay. So why don't you go ahead and make me a courage attack for that? This is only going to be a difficulty 3.
This would be courage over wisdom because I'm slacking?
Courage because it's an attack roll.
Oh, right.
Sorry, sudden smell of plastic burning.
Oh, that's not good.
I'm sure it's fine.
Difficulty 3, you said?
It was.
Difficulty 3, yeah. Zaraya, can you make me an attack roll with your whip?
Of
17.
course.
17, yeah.
Just
You're
kidding.
able to kind of pin one up, and as you are pressing it, you suddenly get the scent of smashed bananas, and the crystal that they were holding clatters to the ground.
So I got a 20.
Nice.
Cool. So you get a major effect in addition to completely throttling the person that you were aiming for.
I really like this this whip. It's very very nice. Major effect. Is there any way I could have the whip if the guy is close enough to a crystal to another guy who has a crystal and sort of like
Slam
have
them
it?
into each other?
Yep.
Absolutely, sure. So you guys watch as Zaraya, you watch as she's coming in, she kind of sees what's going on, and you watch as she kind of forces the riot shield that she had back onto her rod of shadow control, and then you watch as she just elongates it. And then she goes, you watch as she wraps it around the neck of one of the Yiga clan members and then throws her, very similar to what Kess had been doing in the room you guys just left, just without the chest bursting involved. And it collides with another one. They both kind of poof into bananas, and the 2 crystals they were holding collapse onto the ground with a clatter as well.
Why didn't I make you more hook shots?
So 3 of the 6 crystals that are about to be taken away have been dealt with. Adesh?
Yeah, I'll try to take one with an elemental charge.
Okay. So you watch as, do you have a preferred element for this particular one?
What are they, Yiga?
Fire, roast the bananas.
Yeah, I want Aruna to feel included, so we'll do fire.
Okay. So you guys watch as Adesh conjures fire like you've seen him do many, many times before, and he launches it at one of the fleeing Yiga clan members. Difficulty 3.
Difficulty 3, you say?
Yes.
I'll just go ahead and reroll. That was worse.
No!
It's a 2.
Okay.
Bruh.
So as you watch him shoot this flame out, you watch the one Yiga clan member that doesn't seem to have a crystal kind of pull out a cloth and actually swats the fire out of the sky. The cloth itself catches, but very much like flash paper, it just kind of goes and it's gone, seemingly taking the energy of the ball of fire and depleting it enough that it doesn't get them.
Did you just cloth me?
Aruna is chucking a few bombs around, and Pierre is flying for what seems like the first time ever. Apparently, Pierre can fly. and they're dealing with a few more, but it seems like of the 3 remaining crystals that were out there, Pierre and Aruna are only able to get 2 back, and one of the Yiga clan members flees with a rather significant chunk of Tear Walking Cuckoo Crystal. As everything kind of dies down,
Should we
Aruna,
go after him?
that's probably a good idea, but these Yiga clan people are really fast. You know what? I'll stay here to make sure nobody else comes in if you guys want to go see if you can
Great.
catch him.
I'm chasing.
On it, runs.
As you...
Oh, Aruna, watch the body.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's a body. Yeah, I'll go ahead and do that. You don't, just to clarify, you don't want it exploded, right?
No. We want info.
I do not clarify and keep running.
So as you guys get to the roof, why don't you all make me power checks to see if you can spot this person. It is going to be difficulty 5 because it's nighttime and they're real good at being sneaky.
I rolled a 15.
Okay,
16.
that's 2.
And that's just courage, defense.
Power.
Power.
Oh, power. Sorry.
Oh, it's nighttime, right?
I got 19.
Nice.
So
You get
while-
something from
Not
it, too.
very sneaky.
We
Yeah.
can see clearly now. The rain is gone.
So you guys can see this character running away pretty far. At this point, they're already well over 100 feet away, and you also see the female figure that you saw before going over and taking the tear walking gem from him, and she just kind of looks back at you guys and stares the daggers at you. If you guys have anything you okay, so because you got a 19 and because you specifically sent off your clone to follow her, let's say while you guys are all looking at this, Zaraya specifically, you see movement about 50 feet above her as your clone seems to be kind of slowly circling up above and hasn't been noticed by either of these two.
God, I forgot she could fly again.
I know, right? Don't worry, I don't need a command. Can
Unbelievable.
I have Araya?
No.
Can I have Arai? No, Zerai. She's Zerai. Can I have Zerai? Like, I don't remember the name of the type of dive, but like basically hawk dive or owl dive and like try and grab her.
Okay. Are you aiming for the crystal or are you aiming for her?
Oh.
So it's going to change the difficulty.
Yeah. I'm aiming for her.
Gotcha. Then go ahead and make a courage roll for your Kuka clone. This is still going to be a difficulty 6, but I'm going to give you 2 assets because she doesn't know you're there.
Yay.
When did we get a Zaraya command?
A few weeks ago.
That is amazing.
I love it.
I need more D6.
I love it. I'm glad it's a 4 because I got a 13.
Okay. So as you guys are watching and she kind of stares daggers, you suddenly hear this oof as the clone of Zerai hits, and they both disappear over the edge of the wall, and you hear another oof as they hit the ground pretty hard. The crystal itself kind of clatters to the ground, and the Yiga clan member that originally had taken it and given to her starts looking and seeking to grab it, and suddenly you guys hear the sound of wind whistling and a strangely curved dagger smacks the ground right next to the crystal. The Giga clan thinks better of this and disappears over the wall as Pierre goes and grabs his ulak.
As the Rai pins Adra to the ground, can she just sort of snicker and like half smirk at her?
Well, she hits Adra,
Age.
but again, she's a really powerful character, so she did damage. But they're kind of squaring off at this point. She's
Still,
not like grapple dirty.
can she still snicker and
Absolutely.
smirk? Okay, good.
Adra, real quick, is actually going to pull out a weapon and try to stab your clone. So I need a wisdom defense roll from your clone.
Does my clone get the same?
She uses your pool effectively,
Okay.
but she has a limited amount of hit points.
Oh, that's right.
Um,
your nose
better
bled
remember.
whenever, yeah.
Right.
Yeah,
My
she
mouth.
she only
Um,
has 6 hit points. So
Okay, right. So, but she still gets my skills and everything, right? The only difference is
yeah,
hit points?
she is literally a duplicate of you.
Okay, perfect. Just making sure. I got another 13. But I am trained in wisdom defense. So.
Okay, so not quite high enough. You suddenly feel this. You suddenly feel this pain in your chest, and you take 4 points of damage that ignores armor.
I do?
Yeah, because she's just been deleted,
Okay, cool.
Deleted.
and you instantly recognize that your clone has disappeared.
That hurt! Cunt!
You see Pierre coming back. Well, the good thing about this is it didn't seem to get any of our crystals. So, I say chalk that up to a win.
Here, you have an accent. Since when?
Pierre has had many accents over the lifetime of his character. I have chosen one at random.
His accent changed again.
Sorry, Lex. We do love you. We're just not very nice people, apparently. Where's my health? By the way?
Pain.
Health goes from courage pool first, then wisdom, then power.
Okay,
So
thank you.
your damage would just be taken
4.
from your courage pool.
Right.
As we take this last crystal shard back to R&D, I go up to Pierre. It's like, I don't think I've ever seen you fly before. Like, I know you're like, it's a, but it just, part of me thought maybe you didn't even know you could do it. I don't know.
He had to train with me a lot.
What?
He's the only character.
I thought you
He's the
trained
only-
with him.
I no, well, both. He's the only character. I keep saying character. Shoot. Sorry, hold on. He's the only hero who could fly. So
Yeah. Okay.
once they realized that I could fly and needed to fight,
No,
I
it makes sense.
trained
It's just,
Pierre to fly more frequently, and then he actually taught me skills. So
it's an observation.
Pierre just kind of looks at both of you and just shakes his head. Unfortunately, that is where we're going to end it for today. As always, if you missed any of this, we do put all of these eventually on our YouTube channels, youtube.com/Zelda Universe TV. However, you can always watch them right here on twitch.tv/Zelda Universe TV immediately after we're done, generally.
almost.
So yeah, you can watch all the cool stuff here. Otherwise, yeah, that's all for us today, and we will see you guys next time. All right. Have a good Linktober, please. If you do decide to participate in any way, shape, or form, we love seeing the art. So tag at Zelda Universe, even if you're not doing the competitive version of it. Tag Zelda Universe, tag us, we love to see art. If you guys wanted to create Leaktober art that is related to realms, we would be even happier.
Although today's
So.
theme is a daddy dwarf, so
Hmm.
And I'm maybe have turn Aruna into Daddy Dwarf. I mean, you know, Aruna's big and built.
Thanks for watching, everybody. Goodbye.
So if someone sends me art on the 19th with the Zonai, I'd appreciate it. Thank you.
of the 19th of you.
No, just any Zonai art.
Zonai are cool. They're like bow ties.
They are. Bow ties are super cool.
Anyway, bye everybody.